Hey, if you struggle with self-acceptance, give me a couple of minutes of your time. I want to try to convince you that you are already acceptable and you're already worthy of unconditional love, respect, and regard. I'm Dr. Suzanne Manser. I'm a clinical psychologist. I've been doing this for over 25 years. And like most of us, I have struggled with self-acceptance for most of my life. I, like most of us, was under the impression that we have to earn our acceptability. We have to earn being worthy of unconditional love, respect, and regard. It turns out that is completely false. We do not have to earn these things. We are born acceptable. We are born worthy of love, acceptance, and regard. It's not something we have to earn. We don't have to change ourselves. We don't have to be better. We don't have to be enough. We don't have to stop being too much. This is just something we already are. We tend not to believe that because we get so many messages from the media, society, family, whoever, telling us that we need to change in order to be better. We need to be thinner, we need to earn more money, we need to have more friends, we need to have cooler hobbies, we need to be doing more things, we need to be more productive, whatever it might be. We get so many messages from society at large telling us that we are not acceptable until we meet certain criteria. And it's simply false. We are born acceptable. The only way that you become a person who's not acceptable, the only way that you become a person who is not worthy of respect is by doing something pretty heinous. You have to earn not being respected, not being respectable, not being respected. You have to earn not being worthy of unconditional love, regard, and respect. And I can think of a few people right now who have very much earned that right. But the rest of us are already acceptable. And I want to be very clear that being acceptable, being worthy of love, respect, and regard doesn't mean that you necessarily like every part of yourself. You don't have to think you're awesome or admire every part of yourself. You can have things about yourself that you don't love. You can have things about yourself that you're trying to change. Maybe you procrastinate a lot and you're trying not to procrastinate, or maybe you tend to treat people a certain way and you're trying to not treat people that way anymore, or whatever it might be. Being acceptable does not mean that you are perfect. It doesn't mean that you've got all the things and you've done all the things and you're wonderful. It just means that you're a human being. It just means that you are just like the rest of us, just here living our lives, being regular people. That's a really, really important point, because so many of us truly believe that we have to change ourselves to be acceptable. And so many people are, like trying to figure out how to get up early to do yoga, or trying to figure out how to lose weight, or trying to get the better job, or whatever it might be. So many people are doing all of these things just to be acceptable, and we all already are. So if you could marinate in this idea for a little bit, if you could walk around and just consider, what if I already am acceptable? What if I don't have to change anything about myself to be worthy of unconditional love, respect, and regard? That's, I think, one of the most important messages we can give ourselves, is the idea that we're already acceptable and we don't have to change anything to be worthy. We are good as we are. Again, doesn't mean that we're perfect, doesn't mean that we love everything about ourselves, but it does mean that we're acceptable. It does mean that we should expect unconditional respect from everybody we encounter. Are we going to get it? Absolutely not. But we deserve it. Every single one of us deserves it. Every single one of us is worthy. You are, I am, so is everybody else watching this video right now. So again, I'd love for you to just kind of go about your day and marinate in this idea. Every once in a while, just ask yourself, what if I'm already acceptable? What if I am worthy of unconditional respect? And just keep taking that in. That's how this works, is you kind of have to repeat this over and over and over for your brain to catch on. But come back, watch this video a bunch, watch some of my other videos. If you try this and you run into an obstacle, if you run into some thought or some belief or some person who's telling you otherwise, come back and let me know. I'd like to speak to that. I'd like to keep making videos to help each person, ideally, get through their own kind of personal journey on self-acceptance. I'm sure I won't be able to address every single person's obstacles, but I really would like to hear, as you go through this, as you marinate in this idea, what comes up for you that makes it hard for you to actually believe and accept the idea that you are already acceptable, because you are. I am too, so is everybody else watching this video. So take some time and just sit with this idea that you're acceptable. You are worthy. You don't have to work to become that. You already are.